That's who I'll be, from the top of my head to the soles of my feet. No.
So before I even go further in this video, I just want to let you know that you are sufficient. You are enough in Christ. So regardless of where you are in your journey, I don't want you to ever feel like you're not worthy and you're not worth it. As a woman, you should be celebrated in every single stage. And now we move on to trying to break down the Proverbs 31 woman. And I mean, I was scared of her. I was scared of the standard, and it is something that I know I'm not alone in. First of all, that chapter is a prophetic chapter. It speaks of the church and God's vision for the church. And when you think about it, when you think about the description, it's a pretty fitting description of what God expects the church to be. He's coming back for a church that doesn't work alone, but a church that worships Him, a church that has a heart, a pure heart. That's the first thing. Secondly, I think that the passage is a passage of celebration and not condemnation. It's a passage filled with these beautiful qualities of a woman. As women, it's time for us to embrace being celebrated. It's time for us to celebrate each other. It's time for us to stop bashing each other because we can't do certain things or because we look a certain way. But it's really a passage about praising her, a passage about this virtuous woman that has all of these wonderful qualities. And I mean, sis, you are good as, like, you know, you are chosen. You remember, you are royal priesthood. You're not normal, you're not ordinary. Price fairer than rubies here. Hello rubies, understood? So I mean, it's a passage of celebration. So focus on the good things, focus on your strengths instead of focusing on your insecurities and trying to feel downtrodden because of your insecurities. Focus on the things that you can do. Focus on the things that you're good at and allow those things to propel you. Thirdly, the Proverbs 31 woman isn't a slave, boo-boo. No. So for the men out there who think that the Proverbs 31 woman is a slave, she needs to be able to wash, cook, clean. She needs to be able to host. She needs to be able to, you know, wife stuff. She needs to be able to manage the household. She needs to be able to do the accounting. She needs to clean your shoes. She needs to brush. So it's just this long list of things that you need to get done. But the truth is, no. The Proverbs 31 woman, she got her household together, boo. She got her household together. That never said she did it by herself. And I think that's the thing that we focus on, this long list of things that she does, kind of paste it on her, and we just feel like, okay, so I need to be able to do this. And it's like a thing where I had to reach to a point, because I never understood how it made sense, because I knew I have this vision for my life. And then I remember one summer I spent the summer with a family. I'm not going to call their names because, you know, I love them to my heart. I spent a summer with them, and the wife in that family was telling me that she was under a lot of pressure from the outside family liking to cook. She just never liked it. She was good at it. She knew how to do it because, you know, in Jamaica we come from and we're good on all these things and we grow, right? But she just never liked to cook. Her husband really loved cooking. He enjoyed it. It was therapeutic, so he was the one who cooked in the house. Now his family, I mean, ostracized her for the fact that she never liked to cook and she didn't do the cooking in the house. But let me tell you something. Everything else was her. She was so good at managing that household. She was so dumb. Like, if we were on the road and the husband wanted to stop and buy McDonald's for $1, he would call her. Like, the finances were sorted out, down to him shoes cleaning. So they understood that balance, and I think that's what makes the Proverbs 31 woman strong. What makes her powerful, the fact that she is balanced. She knows her balance. So maybe your balance is not my balance, but don't come at me because my balance is not your balance. The next thing is that all the qualities in the Proverbs 31 woman chapter necessarily for people who are going to be married. A Proverbs 31 woman is not equated to a married woman. A Proverbs 31 woman is equated to a virtuous woman of God, and possibly a virtuous woman might not get married. And it doesn't mean that in your season of singleness you shouldn't strive to be towards a Proverbs 31 woman. Not for anybody, sis, but for you. Remember that you're not doing these things for anybody else. The Proverbs 31 woman, it's about her heart. It's about her heart. She has a pure heart. It's coming from a pure place. everything that she does in her household, everything that she does for her children, everything that she does for the community, everything that she does for herself, it's from a pure place. And that's where it gets interesting, because sometimes you'll see people doing all of these things, but they're not doing it from the right place. They're doing it because they think that they're expected to do it, or they're doing it because they want to show, and them want to take nice pictures for Instagram. Come on, them want to take nice pictures for Instagram, and they have to keep up the family image, or them have to go in church with matching outfits coordinated, and them have to host the potluck. They have to do those things because of the image. It's all about the image for some people, and it's never from a pure place. And that's what makes you virtuous, not because you're good at everything, but because the little that you are doing and the things that you are good at, you're doing it from a pure place. You are sufficient. You are enough. This passage is not a passage of condemnation, but a passage of celebration. Celebrating virtuous women all over the place, because, yeah, talk truth. You're a good girl in Christ, you know? Well, I'm good as Christ is actually something. You're good as Christ. Alright, I need to stop recording now because obviously I'm stupid. I really hope that this touched somebody. I hope that you feel less intimidated. Just walk in your purpose, girl. Yes, sis, you. Celebrate the little stuff. Focus on your strengths and not your weaknesses. Yes, we'll have insecurities here and there, but you're sufficient in Christ. He's got you, boo-boo.